TRT was supposed to be your game changer, right? More energy, more focus, feeling more like yourself again. But what if weeks or months into it, the magic starts to fade, or worse, new weird symptoms like anxiety or sleep issues or erectile dysfunction start creeping in? And now you're thinking, what went wrong? My name is Dr. Tarella, and fine-tuning your TRT isn't guesswork for my patients. It's a science. It's an art. We help you crack the code on what your optimal dose is every single day. So today I'm going to share with you my 4-phase system to work with your doctor to troubleshoot your TRT and systematically find out what that optimal dose is, get you back to feeling amazing, not just less bad. So here's the TRT optimization secret that most people miss. Your perfect dose has nothing to do with hitting a magic number on your lab report. The dose where you feel great, your symptoms of low T are gone, and you have no new negative side effects, that's the dose you're going for. Chasing numbers alone is definitely a recipe for frustration, and achieving true optimal is a process, understanding how your body's unique system is going to respond and adjusting the levels in accordance with how you feel and also how the labs are responding. This isn't just random tweaks, it's a system. Mastering your testosterone levels does take a lot of nuance and a lot of looking at different lab reports. And my ebook, Mastering TRT, breaks down the entire optimization process from labs to different lifestyle approaches. You can find a link to it in the description, and let me know what you think about the ebook. So for TRT doses feeling off, let's walk you through a 4-phase process to optimize your dose. So the first thing you want to do is become a symptom detective. What are you actually feeling? Like, what are the list of symptoms that are occurring, and when did they start? Typically, the symptoms of too much testosterone come on around 1 to 3 months. It sometimes can be a little bit later, and it also depends on how and what you're doing with your dose over the course of that time. And this has to do with that saturation point. We can think of the saturation point as a cup. And if this is the top of the cup and your levels initially were way down here, as you take your first dose, second dose, third dose, the tissues throughout your whole body are becoming more and more saturated, even though the dose is not changing over that time period. As that saturation point is reached, sometimes we find the dose is a little too much and it starts to spill over, and you get some of these symptoms that we're describing: the heart palpitations, disturbed sleep, can't fall back asleep, can't fall asleep initially. If your dose is pushing 200 milligrams per week, the odds are much higher that the dose of testosterone is too much for you. But it's not about how much you're actually taking, and it's not about the labs themselves. It's about how your unique body is responding to these doses. So that's over here on the too much testosterone side. What about too little? Well, if you're consistently feeling fatigued and not necessarily wired, your sleep is good, you're not overloaded or anxious, your libido hasn't really budged, it wasn't initially better and then suddenly went down, your brain fog continues to linger and never lifted, and there's really no anxiety, heart palpitations, or issues like that, it's possible that your dose is still insufficient or too low. Estrogen levels can be a factor here, and high E2 is often like a governor to your testosterone. Testosterone converts into estrogen, but some people convert more of their testosterone into estrogen. And symptoms of too much estrogen are pretty distinct, actually. Water retention, new or worsening moodiness or emotionalness, tender or sensitive breasts, itchiness around the nipples is also something that we see. Less common when you're on testosterone replacement therapy, unless you're using an estrogen blocker, is too low of estrogen. But this can cause things like joint aches, sometimes dry skin, and low libido or even anxiety as well. So your specific symptoms and when they come on in relationship to your injections are also really important to track and understand to clue you into what's going on with too much, too little testosterone. So the next thing to help pinpoint what's going on here is with your labs and the timing of the labs. So we want to catch the actual level, catch the culprit if we can. So if you're suspecting that you have too much testosterone and you're having those adrenergic jitters like anxiety, sleep disturbance, irritability, and things like that, testing at your trough levels, which is like right before your injection, the lowest point of your testosterone throughout the week, is not going to be sufficient. That's going to mislead you in terms of understanding whether or not you have too much testosterone and this is causing your issues. Your trough level shows if you're deficient right before your next injection, which sometimes is important to figure out, especially if you're really not getting a lot of benefits and never have from the testosterone. But it definitely doesn't show the peak or even the average testosterone your body is being exposed to. And that's what we want to understand is that weekly exposure to the testosterone, not the trough levels. It's often that higher sustained exposure that triggers these symptoms and problems. And so for troubleshooting too much testosterone symptoms, we want to identify what those peak levels of testosterone are. So if you're doing once a week injections, you're going to want to check the testosterone 2 to 3 days after the injection. That's when the testosterone levels are peaking. And you might say, oh, isn't it 1 day after? Well, approximately 24 to 48 hours after is when that peak is going to be. So if you go too soon, you're going to miss it. If you go too late, you're going to miss it as well. So I would say 2 to 3 days is kind of the optimal range for the absolute peak. And I usually tell people to test for once weekly, day 3 to 5. Now, you might want to shift that by 1 day, but somewhere around there is going to give you generally a good understanding. People that really want to know, you can test at multiple times and get a clearer understanding of this too. If you're doing twice weekly injections, then for sure you're going to move that up a little bit and probably want to do it 1 day after the injection, 1.5 days after the injection, depending on your timing of the injection and when the lab is actually opened. This is going to give you and your doctor a clearer picture of that adrenergic load that's possibly creating these symptoms of, again, heart palpitations, anxiety, sleep issues, etc. So the third thing we want to look at after we have symptoms tracked, labs understanding, is those smart adjustments to your dose. And you always want to do this in conjunction with your doctor. You don't want to just start playing around with this on your own. This is a controlled substance, so it's not really a do-it-yourself kind of thing. If you start making adjustments without your doctor's consent, they may not be happy with that. So make sure you're bringing them in the loop. So if your symptoms and the labs both are pointing in the same direction, suggesting your dose is too much or too high, the answer usually isn't more meds to take care of those symptoms. It's about small, precise adjustments in the testosterone dose. Think about this as just evolving your testosterone dosing strategy, not changing the whole thing. So for example, if you're taking around 0.8 cc's once a week at a 200 milligram per ml, that's 160 milligrams for a week, and you're feeling wired and anxious and not sleeping great, you might want to drop it down to 0.75 cc's or 0.7 cc's once a week, at least initially. And this might seem like, oh, that's not going to do anything, but these small tweaks are going to build over time. And we're going for the dose that gives you the most symptom relief without any of the side effects, those overloaded symptoms. So if you reduce your dose too much, you're really not going to have any benefits either. So it's finding that balance. And remember too, that it took you several weeks or several months when we're building up this cup to start to have those overload symptoms. As we come down, even though the dose is going to be the same each week, that level is going to eventually come down until we reach a new steady state. So it's not going to happen the first week, second week, or possibly even the third week. It may take 6 weeks plus to really understand what that new dose is going to do. And that's exactly what this fourth phase is all about, is the patience game and understanding the storage tank analogy. Your body's tissues, and think of your whole body as a storage tank, are getting slowly saturated with that testosterone with each dose that you take. When you lower the dose, that saturation point is going to come down until you reach a new steady state, which again is going to take around 3 weeks to 6 weeks, sometimes a little bit longer. So how are we going to know if this new dose is better, or what else can we do to understand our storage tank saturation? Is to test. And as I said, that saturation point is going to come down in about 3 to 6 weeks. That's for testosterone cypionate and enanthate. Sometimes you may not reach a new steady state for a little bit longer, say 8 weeks or even 12 weeks. But by the 6-week mark, we should have a good understanding of, are these symptoms kind of trending in the right direction or not? And everyone's metabolism of these hormones is a little bit unique. And so the tank is going to fill and empty at different intervals. Age and genetics and overall health all play a role in this. And that's why what feels like an overload for you is going to feel like the perfect dose or even too little for someone else. So there's no cookie cutter dose for everyone on testosterone, and patience and listening to your body is going to be really important. And nailing this TRT dose is sometimes a bit of a journey. It doesn't happen overnight for people that are struggling. And that's why I created the TRT Mastery ebook. It provides in-depth information and guides on how you and your doctor can customize your dose for the best outcomes. Check out the link in the description below. So the key takeaway if your TRT dose isn't feeling quite right is, 1, you want to define the problem or the symptom that you're having. 2 is testing strategically. You want to consider the peak levels if you feel like you're having too much testosterone. And 3 is going to be small adjustments to whatever you're currently taking. Lastly is the patience to actually wait before you make further adjustments and then test again. But how do you even know if what you're feeling are truly signs of too much testosterone in the first place, especially those sneaky delayed symptoms that came on and after you were feeling so good? Before you even think about adjusting your dose, you need to accurately identify these signals that your body is sending. And that's why your next step is to watch this video right here, the signs of too much testosterone.